Hello, everybody. This is Chris with Campfire Tales, Cryptids of America. Joining us around the campfire tonight is Darlene Wilson. What got you interested in the paranormal?
I'm originally from Oklahoma, which is a Bible Belt, and
Yeah.
I went to work with a lady who I was psychic, and I didn't even know what she meant, and so she was just telling me, picture it happening and not happening and back and forth, and then I just started seeing things, and then I just started taking all kinds of classes, and one would lead to another, and then I got into the numerology and started doing numerology charts and reading cards and things like that. And then I had my first ghost at the Stanley Hotel in Estes Park, where they filmed The Shining. I was living in Boulder, Colorado at the time, and a friend came to visit and wanted to go in the mountains, and I always take people to Estes Park. And when you pull into town, she saw the Stanley Hotel, and she said, "Let's stay there." And I said, "Sure." There was only one room left. They were having a Harlequin romance convention. And so we stayed there, and during the night, when she came in and got into her, turned the light out, and when she did, I knew there was a ghost of a little boy in the room above us, and he was just jumping up and down on the bed. And when she turned the light out, he came through the ceiling and into my body.
Oh, geez.
And I know. And so whenever I knew we needed to get the light on, so whenever I said her name, it comes out, Linda. And she's like, Darlene? And I was again. I was afraid I was going to scare her. And then she said, "Do you want me to turn the light on?" And I said, "Yes." And so when she did, it left my body so fast that the whole bed is shaking. And she said, "Do I want to?" And I said, "No." And she said, "Do we want to sleep with the light on?" I said, "Oh, yeah." So the next day, I went down and talked to the general manager. And I said, he was a little boy. He was about 5 or 6 years old. He was on. He died in 1912. And the manager just kept shaking his head. Yeah, yeah. He said, a lot of our employees won't go in that room. And he said, in the room above you is where the nursery was. And kids whose parents worked at the hotel would put their kids in the nursery. And he said, but we did have a little boy that died in 1912. And so that was my first ghost encounter.
Wow. And by the way, you do that spooky voice real well.
Good.
Yeah. That's your trademark now. Spooky voice. Oh, my gosh.